Well, good evening, good people and Eagle fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. Man, I feel like there's not enough hours in the day to get everything done. I've got so many different things I've got to do. I actually got to get this place together because a week from tomorrow is the first preseason game. And it doesn't stop there because then we have another one with the Eagles on Friday night at 8:15 Eastern. And then we've got, of course, the whole Sunday play. Man, I got to get shit together. I've got to get a couple more TVs for here because we'll be streaming the games and be ready to rock and roll. It's wow. So I have a premise here that I believe Jerry Jones is taking control. That he's putting a little more influence than he's been putting maybe the last couple of years. He's let Stephen Jones kind of do things, penny pinch it his way, aka Catboy. And it seems like Jerry Jones is beginning to make moves like he did before. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm hopeful that this is actually the beginning of Jerry Jones saying he's going all in. Now, we heard today, Jerry saying that, don't expect Dak Prescott's deal, to be done before the beginning of the season. But wasn't it just a few days ago that he said that, there's no urgency in getting CD Lamb's deal done? Didn't he say that? I think I remember him saying something like that. And lo and behold, here it is, it's done. So at the moment, we're all holding and listening for every little thing that Jerry Jones says. And I really feel like Stephen Jones is taking a little bit more of a back seat than he has, because it had been Jerry Jones was kind of in the back seat. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just that Jerry Jones with the big contract wants to be front and center, and that Stephen Jones is doing the work behind the scenes. But when I hear Jerry go on that tirade that he did about nobody can do it like I do, it really felt like Jerry Jones was flexing some muscle. Now, having a conversation, I ended up being on Game Time Brian's live stream. I actually called him because I wanted to talk to him, not realizing that he was live, and he sent me the link and got on there. And listening to Eagle fans, Drew, oh my God, Drew was like a pit bull, that he's going to come back at you with some crazy shit and all that. And because I've said that changing coordinators, generally speaking, when you change a coordinator, you end up basically starting from scratch. You're changing everything that you're doing. You got new terminology and things like that. I would think that Kellen Moore is kind of starting over in Philadelphia. Mike McCarthy, when he took over as the play caller, as the offensive coordinator, he looked at it and said, we're going to keep these things over here that I really like. We're going to get rid of these things over here because I don't think they work as good, and we're going to speed things up. And so the transition is a little bit better. It took them the first 5 weeks or so before they really started getting into the groove. We were literally talking about maybe it was a mistake that the Cowboys got rid of Kellen Moore first few weeks of the year, because we were looking at the offense and it was putrid. But then after some more time, they got into the groove. So he's saying I'm a hypocrite because I didn't say the same about Mike Zimmer. Now, when I look at Mike Zimmer, I believe that Mike Zimmer has been around long enough to be able to adjust his defense to what the team has and what does well. And that he will tweak it and evolve it and eventually get it to where he wants it to be. I said the things that I know that we are better personnel-wise on this defense is we're better at linebacker and we are better on the defensive line. And I don't think we are much worse or any worse than we were last year in the secondary. Missing Deron Bland is going to hurt for those 4 to 6 games. And Diggs, you don't know how much he is ready to rock and roll at 100%. But I still say, with our defensive line being better and our linebacking core being better, it will help the defensive backfield. And that's my point right there. I think the Cowboys defense has a chance to be better than it was last year from purely a personnel standpoint. And at the moment, you have to kind of give the Joneses credit and say, you had 3 big contracts that are coming up. You got rid of one of them. And you added personnel in places of need. There's no guarantee that any of them are going to work out. Whether they're Russell Wilson that you give up, 3 number 1s and a couple of 2s and everything else for it, or if it's a Linval Joseph, doesn't matter. Some of them will work, some of them won't. And that's the reality of it. The Cowboys offense, I don't think it'll be worse than that, that there was last year. I know we're going to have a learning curve with 2 starting rookie offensive linemen, but I think both of them are going to be very good. I think, you're going to be a little sleepy. I think that CeeDee Lamb is motivated and ready to go. I think Brandon Cooks will be a little bit better. And I think getting rid of Michael Gallup, that I think Jalen Tolbert, just because he's not Michael Gallup, is going to be better than what Michael Gallup was the last 2 years. And the X factor will truly be Jake Ferguson. If that guy takes a leap, all bets are off, people. So I actually feel good about my team. How far will they go? How good will they be? Well, that's one of those things that sometimes it's just plain dumb luck that makes a difference for you. I mean, you could have looked at Ron Rivera had he went for the win against the Eagles and not went to overtime. The Eagles would have lost that game. You know what I'm saying? That there's some games out there that you could have lost and things could have been worse. And there's some games out there that you could have done something right and would have won. And we've got a bunch of those with the Cowboys. So, who really knows what's going to happen until it happens? This day, it hit about 100 degrees today, and it's supposed to get cool tomorrow. I don't know how it's going to be. It still feels steamy out here right now, but it's only supposed to be like 80 tomorrow. I don't know if there's a cold front coming through or where that change is going to happen, but I don't feel it right now. I can tell you that, bro. But things do change quickly. And I hope that the Cowboys have actually changed for the better. So, there's that. Well, good people, it is late, and I'm tired, and I'm full. Remember, good people, tell the people you love how much you love them, because life is short, and life is precious. And God willing, we'll all see each other mañana. Peace.